Welcome to my tutorial on Factile, formerly known as Jeopardy Rocks. Factile is a good tool to check for understanding of basic knowledge skills in different areas. If a teacher has not yet created a game, she has the ability to search for other games created by other people. For instance, if they're an English teacher, they can just click on the English public games, and then they can scroll through and choose what games are available for their students. There are different games that look at different types of grammar. I think this could also be used for reading if you're reviewing for different types of passages. If English isn't your thing, you can go back and view all games. And you can look for science activities, math activities, or any other kinds. Here's one for multiplication tables, where students can practice their multiplication facts as teams. However, if you are wanting to create your own, you would go right here to the new game. This is where you're able to begin creating your own game. I've begun creating two different games. I did one for sentences and one for a star writing review. Once you've begun creating them, you can stop anytime and then click edit as well. So on this one, I titled the sentences. So we were looking at subject, predicate, complete or incomplete sentences, correct punctuation. You might also want to look at combining sentences. And then finally, you could do complex sentences. Or in our school, we call these awubuses. Once you've completed your categories, then you go in and create your questions at the different levels. On the free version, all you can do is simply type in a question and type in an answer. If you upgrade to Pro, you have the ability to put in a photograph, a video, or use math symbols. So you could type in, what is the subject of the sentence? And you could do a simple sentence at this point. The dog ran. And then you could save it. And then as you go through, you would have the ability to fill all these in. And then you can add in your final factile, just like Final Jeopardy. Now let's look at how to play a game. I've switched over to multiplication tables. With a Pro version, you can edit the game here, but we'll just play it as it is. So you would click play now. On the free version, you can choose up to 5 teams. I'm just going to choose 2. With the Pro version, you can play buzzer mode, which allows them to use their own phone, tablet, or computer to buzz in. And now you would choose your 2 team captains. There are many different ones to choose from. I'm just going to choose 2. And then it gives you some ideas of how to play. And then you would start your game. Your students would then choose the category and the dollar amount that they would like, choosing the 3s for 100. They would see the question, 3 times 1 equals, and then you would have your team respond. If they got it correct, you would just push the check, and then it would give you the correct answer, and you can continue. Should the student get the question wrong, 10 times 2 equals, and if they were to say 12, you would just click the X, and that deducts the amount from it. Then you could have the others give an opportunity to answer the question, or you can skip that question and see the answer to move on. So you would play all the way through until you got to the Final Jeopardy. So as you can see, this Factile or Jeopardy Rocks is a good way to review prior to a test or at the end of a unit. You could also use it at the beginning of the unit to see how much students understand what you're about to cover in class. This also gives you an idea of what misconceptions you might need to address as you're going through the unit. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial over Factile or Jeopardy Rocks, and I hope it was helpful for you in your classroom.